Nobody on the right. I'm gonna check the bathroom. See if they're taking a poopy.
All right, if that's all still working, we should be live. I'm actually gonna grab a sweatshirt. It's nice and chilly in here. All right, that took me a couple tries to get figured out, but I think we are we're running pretty well right now. Hoping the bit rate's good for everybody. The lighting should be pretty solid. Tap right here. Straighten out our shot and zoom in just a tad. Cool. Awesome. We got pretty far. I did a stream on Twitch, but I have since decided that I want to switch over to use this platform instead. I'm looking at something. Do I have something on the side of my face? 1 second. Oh, I know what it is. I'm dumb. There's a mark on the screen. I have a band-aid on. I forgot all about. We're good. Everything's fine. All right, so this guy here. Cats decided they were gonna hang out on top of this. So we're going to stir off a little bit. And the first thing I noticed was that I never attached a beam off of this guy back into the back, which is going to be important at some point. But I need that to know where to put our banister rails at. And have little lines in there. All right, let's work on our perspective lines for this guy. So we really have to. We don't really have to do that until we're done later. I kind of want to start working on the sky and the driveway today. The sky's going to be a little interesting because the way I intend to plan it, we're going to lightly color into this right here. So we're going to have to pull some of that off. And then we're basically going to do a pink wash that like digs all the way down into this and like kind of blots into here a little bit. But we're going to do it really wet and pull off a lot of the whites in this couple spots where we're seeing our clouds. We're going to follow our reference kind of close just so we have something to base off of. And then I'm going to add, I guess, like a more gray blue here and do the same kind of thing. We're going to like kind of just wash into this like a couple areas and like blot around the edges. And hopefully that creates the result that I'm looking for. We will see. Oh, that's cool. I can pop out chat and make it full. That's awesome. Cool. Yeah, we're gonna leave all the lines on the building. I'm just gonna use those as hard edges right now. And we do need to do like kind of try and do behind the tree to an extent here. Like not down in here so much in here, but like at the tops we'll have to put some blue in here. So we'll just have to be mindful. Be able to go over. Worst case, if it's really not what I want towards the end, I can add some gouache in and leaves. And so let's get started. Maybe if I get some color on this, it'll make me want to work more on the center. Same thing down in here. However, we're gonna have like some blue bits in here, although they're kind of subtle. So I think more so what I'm gonna do is just like leave the blue in this area, but keep it real light, and then the green will cover it up really well. We'll just use maybe more of a yellowish green instead of a darker green while we're going in to balance the color. Little trick, little secret. Don't tell anybody. Don't really need that line anymore. Alright, we have a pretty good idea where we're headed with this. Let's do it. Let me get some paper towels, some water. We'll get our blue made up and get started with this. I don't know how long I'm going to run for today, guys. I'm going to at least do an hour. Wanted to feel like I got something done, but I haven't got as much stuff left to do. Trying to make progress, but been in a bit of a rut a couple days. Now, when I say that, it's not a bad rut. I'm just working on other stuff. And my painting time has been limited. Just haven't been able to do what I want to do. But we're here. We're doing it. We're trying. This guy. Also very unorganized. I think take some time back and get my materials together. I'm kind of all over the place right now. So what I am gonna do for starters is we're gonna kind of wet the whole area a little bit. There it is. I'm looking for a bigger brush. This guy. We're gonna wet the entire area that we're gonna put the sky into. Alright, and so here we go. And there's no real magic secret touch here. You just gotta do your best to avoid the spots that aren't going to have blue on them. That's really the only secret here. I just like to call this pre-painting. And this paper, as long as you're pretty heavy with the water, which you can be, will stay wet for a little while. Cotton, so it does the work. Not going too crazy into where that tree should be. It's hard to tell what I'm doing because you guys haven't seen the sketch as well as I have, but I guess what I'm getting at is the point that I'm making there isn't gonna make a lot of sense to you. And that's okay. Doesn't have to. Oh. There we go. Now we have a saturated spot to work with. I remember a long time ago watching a couple tutorials, and people would say like little things about like, well, wet your paper a whole lot. And I'm like, what are you talking about, dude? Like, if I wet this paper, it's gonna get destroyed. And I never understood. But I was also read into things in a short way and wouldn't take them very seriously. You know, that's what you get. That's what you get when you half-ass. Alright, so this is my favorite sky blue. It looks like some gray mixed in or something. Getting a nice blue mix here. Enough that I can trust it and work around with it. Now it looks, you guys will see it on my camera here if I bring it real close. It looks really, like, really potent here. Don't panic about that. It will loosen up when we put it on the page. I do have another blue, but I don't love this blue in comparison. I don't know. I should try it. I don't know. They're both suitable. I'm gonna go with this guy. Alright, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get some more water in my paint. A little bit more. We are going to add water to our canvas here. And we're not gonna be shy, we're going everywhere. Yeah, it looks beautiful. Some down here, it's important. Again, we're not really like aiming too bad because the way we added water is gonna help this disperse around. I mean, it doesn't mean you can't like go like this and like bring it to an edge, but like we're not stressing about where we're getting it. If that makes sense. More. Now, we did paint everything in such a way that, like, we can add wherever we want, but, like, that's not necessarily what we're going for. We're trying to add to some specific places that soak in, and we're going to kind of pull some off to create our clouds. And then we'll add a gray or blue on top of that to kind of emphasize it, make it look better. Cool thing about clouds, all in all, is that, like, while you're trying to follow some sort of, like, a pattern, there's no, like, real rule. Because the clouds change all the time. So even if you're working from a photo reference, it's not like, unless there's something special about the clouds, anything that really matters all that much. And you can see how it's already forming its own cloud on its own. I don't have to do much here. Down here again, we're just gonna be really light and gentle with what we're adding, because it's gonna be trees and stuff to go over that, and I don't want to take away from that too bad. Some water, blend that in. We'll go back and blend it in. Dry brush. That will soak pretty well down in there. There are going to be some darker spots in the sky. Blue, so we'll add a little bit. That's probably a lot of a bit, so we'll spread that out. Like so. There you go. Beautiful. Something over with the other one. We're going to lightly draw this over into the trees. Alright. Here, here. Now is where the magic is going to come in a little bit. Let me stretch this out a little bit over here first. That's all going to be trees, so I just want to make sure that we have enough there that you can see blue. Not so much that it's destroyed out. So this is the magic. Okay. And just take any harsh edges out of the sky. Again, we don't have to follow the picture exactly. We can kind of do what we want here. That looks reasonably nice. I like that. Just gonna give it some good texture. Put this down here. Now that we've added a little bit of texture, what we can do is we can kind of darken up some places that are more sky-based. Give it a little more color, a little more contrast. Always want to add some water behind it to help it spread. Especially with the schminke. Schminke spreads a lot. It's very granulated. Now, I'm going to get a little bit of gray. Just a tiny, weensy little bit of gray here. We're going to mix that with some of this blue. I'm going to add a grayer area here like this. That's beautiful. Trust the process. I love clouds. That was a little much there. Darken up some under spots. I know when you throw them on, it looks really dark. It looks really dramatic. It's like, it's a lot. Trust me, it'll look better. Watch. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. Soften up some of these edges down here. It's a little dramatic down there. Stand back for a second, see how that looks. Need some of this down in here, very, very subtly. A little bit of this. Maybe a little this. This guy also needs a little of that. I want to do enough to make that feel real. Couple little color blots here and there to let them spread out. Beautiful. Excellent. It definitely looks like a Garrett County sky, that's for sure. Well, I'll tell you, that's a sky if I've ever seen one. It's a real pretty sky. Nice. Awesome. Very cool. I need to get a gray mixed. However, we want to make sure we're just getting this wet to begin with. So let's start with that. A little bit of gray on the way in is fine. I have to refill my spray bottle. Blue might have been a little much. That looks a lot better. It's not as dramatic now. Yeah, it looks a lot better. Cool. Ooh. That's a little washed up there. That's a little better. Oh, we're gonna have to let that dry before we know how it turns out. Tighten up some of these lines, man. I feel like I'm not painting straight. Some of them look alright, some of them don't look that great. A little better there. I don't need that. All right. Okay. My bad. Hmm. I got green on my fucking sidewalk. It's okay. Can't tell it's there. A little bit of a oops. Can't say that. Alright, let's do some texturing here. Oh man, what are we at there? Up on an hour. I do like where this is going. Colors are really popping. The gray looks pretty solid. The sky looks pretty good. I might be able to even go a little dark on the sky, but I kind of like where it's at. I have a lot of way to go, but I think we'll get there. I think I'm gonna start probably with the tans here, so I know where I'm at with the contrast, so I don't overdo it. I'll probably then go into the oranges and the browns of the woods. There's a lot in this. There's a lot in this, especially for the size. My cat's on my table that my camera's mounted to, so she's shaking it all to death because, you know, cat's doing cat stuff. I do like the colors. Colors are good. Yeah, then we're gonna leave that to dry. We'll stop and take a break right there. I think in the nature of me doing shorter streams, I'm gonna start doing it in the YouTube in the sense that, like, if there's something that I want to post or share, I don't have to work so hard to rip it down and repost it. And I think that's kind of the beauty of sharing this straight to YouTube. So I might start doing it that way. We'll see. I'm gonna watch this back and test it and see how it looks as well. Let me stand back for a second. Stare at my colors a little bit. Yeah, I'm a little more dramatic with my greens than I'm where I need it to be, but it looks good. It looks good. Get some darker darks back in here to pop that out. That'll help. Yeah, no, I think it'll be good. Well, guys, you did come hang out. Thanks for hanging out today. I'm gonna call it right there. I don't think I'm gonna do another stream tonight. I think we can do some other stuff next and relax for once. Think about some other stuff. Made some progress on this. Definitely have some more time to go into it. But hopefully you enjoyed hanging out. If you like what you see and you want to see more of it, subscribe to the channel. Definitely check out some of the other stuff that's going on down on videos, shorts, other cool things happening. And like I said, hope to see you next time. Thanks for hanging out. Peace out. Have a wonderful rest.